Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katarina. Today's video is going to be my end of the year makeup declutter for 2021. So I do have here a bunch of makeup that I'm going to be letting go of. I always like to do declutters in the end of the year. I might do decluttering also other times a year, like this year. I did do some decluttering during springtime. But the reason why I specifically like to declutter in the end of the year is that I like to start the new year kind of fresh, and if there is something in my collection that maybe was disappointing, or maybe it's something that I used to love but don't love anymore, or maybe it's something that has expired, I don't want to bring those products with me to the new year. And this year I do have also a little bit bigger motivator why I do want to do this. I am pregnant, as you probably know if you have been watching my videos. The time that I will have to do my makeup on everyday basis is going to be so much less what it has been so far. So yeah, I'm probably going to be doing really simple and easy makeup looks. And you know, it's not only the matter of the pregnancy that I want to downsize my collection. For a longer time I have felt that having a lot of makeup doesn't really make me happy. I would rather just have a really small, curated and minimal collection of things that I truly do love. So that is a journey I have been on for a while. Of course, sometimes I make mistakes. Everything else here is makeup except a couple of perfume samples that I'm going to be decluttering. Even though these are samples, they are pretty large samples, so they do have 10 milliliters each and they are pretty much full. Both of these are from a brand Eden Perfumes, and if you're not familiar with them, they are a perfume brand based in the UK that makes clean, cruelty-free and vegan dupes for popular perfumes. And I placed an order with them, I think it's about a year and a half ago, and I purchased a sample set of 3. Earlier this year I noticed that one of my samples had expired. It didn't smell like it used to when I got it, and it instead smelled like alcohol when I sprayed it on. These two still smells fine, however, since they are almost full and they're not necessarily my favorite perfumes, I don't think that I realistically could get enough use out of them before they go off. So I think it's better to give them to someone else. So the samples from them that I have are a dupe for the Armani Because It's You perfume. This is a fruity perfume. It's something that I like, but I don't really love it. In general, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of fruity perfumes. Some I do really enjoy, but I feel I'm quite picky with those. And a fruity perfume is something that I would really only wear during summertime, and even then I wouldn't want to wear it every day, because some days I might want to wear something floral, for example. And then the another perfume from Eden that I will be letting go of is their dupe for the Escada Magnestin. I used to have the Escada Magnestin perfume back in the days when I was a teenager, and I feel it's maybe time for me to move on. I don't necessarily want to smell the same that I smelled back then, but not only that, this is so strong. And I know it's probably because of my pregnancy, but I have become more sensitive to strong scents. And this is so strong that it gives me a headache when I wear it. And even if it didn't give me a headache, or even if I would tolerate it better after the pregnancy, it's still so strong that it would only be a special occasion perfume for me. I don't have enough special occasions in my life to have perfume that is so strong that it's purely special occasion and cannot be worn in my everyday wear. So while I totally want to have some little bit nicer perfumes, I still need those to be something that I could wear every day if I want to. Alright, then the rest of the products that I will be decluttering are makeup products. And I am going to let go of a couple of highlighters. These are the only face products. In general, I will say I am pretty happy with my face product collection, both what comes to complexion products and what comes to cheek products. But these two highlighters unfortunately ended up being disappointing. Both of them are a little bit newer to my collection. So first is this one. It is the Revolution Pro Lustre highlighter in the set Pink Rose. I actually bought this on Black Friday a year ago. First of all, this packaging is quite bulky. I know it's beautiful, but it takes too much space and it's one of those that I need to use my fingernail to open it, which is a little bit annoying, but the packaging is beautiful, not going to lie, and it has this beautiful rose highlighter there. This is like a true peach highlighter, and for a long time I thought that this is something I'm lacking from my collection and I need a highlighter in this kind of color. However, after getting this, I have not really been using it that much, so clearly it wasn't that much of a staple that I thought. But another thing is that the formula of this one is just not my favorite. Let me swatch this to you. Here, hope you can see it. So it is like true peach. I feel this doesn't appear as nicely on my face as I would expect from the swatch. Maybe it is the type of brush that I'm using, I'm not sure. I'm using a fan brush always with highlighters, but I feel with this highlighter I need to see a little bit more effort to get it look nice. But on the other hand, I feel it's not something that I could wear really lightly, because if I apply just a little bit, it's not going to look like anything. I don't know, it's just the formula I feel is sort of mediocre. So if the formula was nicer, I probably would keep this color, even if it's not like a true staple for me. But on the other hand, I feel I can totally do without this kind of color. My highlighter collection is something that I do want to downsize it. I'm working on a couple, and eventually I would only like to have like just a few highlighters, so a couple of different colors, and that's it. Then this another highlighter that I'm going to declutter is from Inglot. I bought this the past summer. It was on a really good sale. I wanted a color like this. I hope you can see it is swatched over there, and I do think it swatches pretty nicely, but it's one of those highlighters that when I put it on, it is this shimmery, glittery powder mess all over the place. It is too intense, but not in a good way. Alright, let's move on to eye products that I'm going to declutter. There's two eyeliners actually. So first is the Urban Decay Heavy Metals Glitter Eyeliner in the shade Glam Rock, and this Glam Rock one is a silver glitter liner. And this one I'm decluttering for a couple of reasons. First of all, this is really disappointing. I also do have the shade Midnight Cowboy, which is a gold color, and that one is really amazing. This one just doesn't work as nicely. When I'm trying to use this, there's just not enough of that glitter coming through. I don't know if the camera picks up any, to be honest. So I don't know if I have one from a bad batch or if this color is just not performing as well as some of the other colors. But you know, another thing is that I don't really ever use silver glitter liner. It's only really like a couple of times a year that I would even create a look that it would even cross my mind to use silver glitter liner. The gold one I use once in a while. I think it's fun to do some cut creases with that. I mean, is it something that I absolutely need to have in my collection? Probably not, but it is something that I enjoy and that makes me happy. The silver one, I just feel is a really unnecessary color of glitter liner to have in my collection. Then another eyeliner that I'm going to declutter is this one. The biggest reason why I'm letting go of this is that it's old. I believe I have bought it in 2018. That is pretty much for an eyeliner. This is the Catrice Inside Eye Kohl Kajal. And I have noticed that this one has gone a little bit dry. I think it's still usable, but in order to use this and get it show up on my waterline, I need to rub pretty hard. And you know, waterline is a pretty sensitive area, so I don't want to rub the eyeliner there. And you know, another thing is that this is a black color. If I want to go for a dark waterline, I'm going to wear brown like I have done today. It gives that depth, but it is a little bit more soft look than with black. And then there is a couple of eyeshadow products that I'm going to declutter. First is a cream eyeshadow. This one is from a brand Mina. And I'm a little bit sad about this one because this one was a gift from my sister that I got the last Christmas. However, this one has expired. It has just dried out completely. It is this beautiful rose gold color. I do really like the color, and I tried to get a lot use out of it the past spring and summer. But yeah, it's just at this point it is unusable. I know, is it Inglot that sells a product that you could revive cream and liquid eyeshadows with, but I don't have any in my collection after this. I just don't like cream and liquid eyeshadows, so there's no point whatsoever for me to purchase a product like that. Then I am going to declutter one eyeshadow palette from my collection. I feel I am pretty happy with my eyeshadow palette collection. I would like to downsize it still, so I don't want to be buying new palettes. But the palettes that I do have left in my collection after this one, I feel I do really enjoy them. But this palette I'm going to declutter because I just don't use it, and it makes me a little bit sad because I really thought that I would love this palette. I'm talking about the BH Cosmetics Beautiful in Barcelona. Now, first of all, I bought this palette August last year, and I have only used it once ever since. The one time that I used it was this past September when I forced myself to use it, so it took a year for me to even reach to this palette. I think the biggest reason why I haven't used it is the fact that I have been so focused on panning, and this is like a really fall time color story, and I have been panning Modern Renaissance, which is a really fall time eyeshadow palette also. Another thing that I have with this palette is that there's really nothing in this palette that is truly unique to my collection except the matte blue. Matte blue is probably from all eyeshadow colors the color that I hate the most. I mean, I can enjoy some blue eyeshadows sometimes, like let's say a deep shimmery blue like this, or then a shimmery turquoise is something that I would enjoy. But matte blue, I feel, is one of those colors that it's just so difficult for me to create a look with that color that actually would make me feel beautiful and not like a clown. So yeah, the matte blue in this palette is really unique to my collection. Everything else I feel I have somewhere. If I don't have the exact same color, I do have something that is something really similar. And you know, another more personal issue that I have with this palette is the fact that it doesn't have light transition shades. If you do have darker complexion, you probably could start with these mattes in the crease. However, for me they would be way too dark to start to look with. When talking about a palette that has 16 shades in it, I do expect to be able to get a complete look out of it, and unfortunately that is not the case with this palette. Okay, then the rest of the products that I am going to declutter are all lip products, and this past fall I actually took a day to wear all of my lip products. There's a couple of lip liners that I'm going to declutter. Both of these are from Gosh. They are the Gosh Velvet Touch lip liners in the shades Flirty Orange and Pink Pleasure. I love this formula. This applies so creamy, but when it dries down it is actually smudge proof, and I love that. There are also some other brands that can do formula like this, for example BH Cosmetics. But yeah, it's a great formula. However, these colors are just something that I would really never wear. So the shade Flirty Orange. This is like a neon orange. I don't have an orange lipstick in my collection, and I don't think I will ever purchase one. And then the shade Pink Pleasure is a hot pink. I actually do have a hot pink lipstick, and I'm going to declutter that one too. So yeah, these are both like really bright, almost like neon colors, and I feel the days that I would wear a color like that on my lips, those days are gone, and I don't see those days ever coming back. Then I am going to declutter one lip gloss, and with the rest of these lip products I actually one day lip swatched all of them. So I'm actually going to show you pictures of me wearing these lip products on my lips. So the lip gloss I'm going to declutter is from a brand Evelyn Iona, and this is their lip gloss in the shade Susan. Now, I am quite sad about this. I don't declutter it because I don't like it. I actually really do, but this is just way too old. I got this one from a subscription box called Lip Monthly, and I cancelled mine in spring of 2017. Yeah, it's really time to let go of this lip gloss. It's going to be 5 years old pretty soon, so yikes. But it has been pretty fine so far. Last summer I did wear it somewhat, but now that I lip swatched it, I noticed that it had gone thicker than it used to be. But this is a beautiful color. It is that shimmery, sheer pink. It's kind of like fun and youthful, but not too girly. So it's kind of like my kind of pink. In general, pink is not my favorite color in makeup. I don't feel it is that flattering, at least for me, to wear something really bright and pink, no matter if we are talking about eyeshadow or lipstick or blush or whatever. But this is more like a wearable pink. However, this kind of color I would only wear during spring and summertime. But I do have a lipstick in similar sort of color that is like a sheer and glossy finish. So because of that, I don't feel so bad letting go of this one. Then I am going to declutter two matte lipsticks from NYX. So speaking of pink and speaking of the hot pink lipstick that I mentioned I will declutter earlier, I'm going to declutter the shade Sweet Pink. This is like a hot pink color and it's horrible, at least on me, and I think there are very few people on this planet that actually can pull it off. Then there is a couple of more bullet lipsticks that I'm going to let go of, and these two are like cool toned browns, and I just don't think I look the best in cool toned browns. Now I do love a brown lipstick, but I feel I look best in a brown that has a little bit more warmth to it. So the first one that I'm going to declutter is from a brand Aromi, and this one is their natural lipstick in iced coffee. This one is a little bit lighter, but it is sort of like a weird finish. It actually almost has like a frosty finish to it, and it's pretty sheer formula. So if I want to build it up so that the color shows, it's going to be even more frosty, and I just think with this kind of color, that frosty finish is weird. And then another cool toned brown lipstick that I'm going to declutter makes me really sad, because this one was on my wishlist for a long time. And I did look pictures of this online. I did watch some lip swatch videos from YouTube, people wearing this lipstick, and I was sure it's going to be great, but unfortunately it just doesn't look as good on me as it looks on so many other people. This is the Urban Decay Wise lipstick in the shade 1993, and it is the Comfort Matte formula. So it is this cool toned brown. I think this is darker, on me at least, what it looks like on so many other people. I don't know if it is because of my skin tone or if it is because people in the swatch videos are using studio lighting or what's the case, but on me this actually looks quite dark. And also this cool color, it just does nothing for me. I am going to keep one cool toned brown lipstick, the Dose of Color satin lipstick in Mocha. I actually do really like that, because that one has a little bit of kind of like a hint of mauve in it. So I feel that makes it a little bit more interesting and more wearable. Then I am going to declutter actually 5 different liquid lipsticks. There are 3 lipsticks that I bought in 2018, so before my 2019 Nova year, and all of these will need to be decluttered. So first, the Ofra liquid lipstick in the set Miami Fever. As you can see, this is the old packaging that I think it was about 2 to 3 years ago that Ofra did change the packaging. This Miami Fever one, I think it is a nice color. It is one of the Kathleen Lights collab colors. It is this kind of like burnt orange. However, I did this year buy from KVD Vegan Beauty their Everlasting liquid lipstick in Lolita 2, and that is like basically the same thing. So I do not even need this lipstick, and it's just old. Then I am going to declutter 2 of my KVD Vegan Beauty lipsticks. These are also bought in 2018. So this is Santa Sangre. This is a beautiful red, and I totally have gotten my money's worth out of it. I have worn it a lot. However, when it comes to reds, I feel I am fine just having couple, and I do love my NYX matte lipsticks in red colors more than I do love this one. This is just not something that I necessarily need in my collection, but I totally have gotten good use out of it. It's just because of the age of the lipstick it needs to go. And then I'm going to declutter the shade Exorcism. Now this one, actually, I used to really love it when I got it. However, I feel vampy lipstick is something that I have fallen out of love with. I'm going to keep one vampy lip color in my collection that I absolutely love. The NYX Simply Vampy Lip Cream in the shade Covet. I actually wore it in my latest video, this video for fall. It is a beautiful, beautiful lipstick because even though it's that dark and vampy color, it has like a metallic finish to it. Vampy lipstick is something that I would wear really, really rarely these days, so I only need one in my collection and I want to keep the one that I actually love the most. And I will tell you, the day that I wore this, I was taking my dog out and I felt really uncomfortable walking my dog wearing a lipstick like this. It just doesn't feel like me anymore. I feel it's just too bold and too much out there. And because of that same reason, I am going to declutter the Give Me Glow Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Brownie Batter. This is a really, really deep, kind of like chocolate brown lipstick. And I got to say, I do really enjoy this formula. It is really comfortable. However, the color, it's not flattering on me. It looks almost like black. It is too much out there. And then the last lipstick that I'm going to declutter is the Aromi liquid lipstick in the shade Burnt Pumpkin. This is something really unique to my collection and that's why I got it. But I feel the days of me wearing something really unique, those days are also over. This is like this weird yellowy orange. I don't know, it reminds me of the color of turmeric. It's really thin and liquidy formula, and even when I do 2 layers it can look sort of patchy and it can be difficult to get even application. So yeah, the formula is not the best and the color is just super weird. It's not something that I realistically would wear. And again, not a color that makes me feel beautiful. And you know, I know not everybody wears makeup because they want to feel beautiful, but for me, at least, I don't want to wear something that makes me feel ugly. And I feel some of these products like this weird yellow lipstick or the hot pink lipstick or maybe the really vampy lipsticks, I feel at least they don't make me look any prettier, so yeah. Those are all of the products that I'm going to declutter. I'm excited to get those out of my collection. The really old stuff and those things that for hygiene reasons I wouldn't give to anyone, I will be throwing away. The other products I will be trying to find a new home. That was everything for today. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you in my next one. Bye bye.